I'm talking about invitation letters to the United States for the visiting visa. I will talk separately about the overall visiting visa, but this one is about invitation letter. What is the invitation letter? Who writes the invitation letter? What is written in the invitation letter? What is the weight of the invitation letter? Or rather, I can simply say, how does it help you to get the visa as a visiting visa to the United States? Many people are looking for ways to visit other countries. Some, they want to take that opportunity for learning opportunities, to go to see some other countries. Possible down the road, they can use those opportunities to excel in business, in education, and so forth. Remember, traveling, visiting other countries is part of learning. So you might go to visit your relative, but you might only want to learn something from another country. So for that particular case, you need to do some visiting to other countries. So if you want to come to the United States under the visiting visa, yes, there is a procedure. You can come without invitation letter, but in this particular context, let's talk about invitation letter. Because some people, they ask me, EBM, can you write me invitation letter, invite me to come there? So will my invitation letter help you get the visa to come to the United States? And now we are in the pandemic time. How is in the invitation letter impact you to be able to be given the visa? So there are some of the things which are supposed to be happening, or procedures, steps. So if you are coming to visit someone, or someone inviting you, apart from you only want to be a tourist, if someone is inviting you, the person inviting you must be a legal resident of the United States. Must be a person who is legally, can it be international student, can it be a permanent resident, can it be a US citizen. As long as you are here legally, you are allowed to invite any person. So who can write the letter? Any person who is here legally. You cannot be here illegally and invite someone. Because when you invite someone, you have to write that letter. What is written in the letter? Few things. Number one is introducing myself. My name is Ernest Boniface Makulilo. Then I have to put my immigration status. I'm a US citizen with a passport number. Boom. That's one. I live in Belton, Missouri, address number this one. I'm inviting Mr. So and so and his wife so and so with these passport numbers. So I say I'm inviting those. The relationship you have to address, my relationship with them. Why am I inviting them? What are they going to do here? Where are they going to stay in terms of the itinerary? Like, I want to invite them to come here for the birthday, for the wedding, for the funerals, or for the something, for Christmas, for Easter, whatever thing you are going to explain, you have to put there the reasoning behind. They will be here for 1 month or 2 weeks, and we are planning to do blah, 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 blah. And while they are here, in order to reduce their burden, you can say they will stay at my house. So they don't need to go and find a hotel. So you see, by saying that way, they're not going to be asking, show us the hotel where you're going to stay. So for that particular case, you have indication. I'll make sure that once they finish their time to be here in the United States, they'll go back to their home country. So that letter is written to consular. That's number one. And then there is another letter, is a friendly letter, is written to you. I'm inviting you, which is a friendly letter. Both letters I'm sending to you, you will take them to the consular officer. So the first letter is official letter, introducing myself, reasoning for invitation, where you're going to stay, all blah, 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 to the consular, addressing to the consular. Another one is addressing to you. Oh, hey, John, how are you? How are you doing? I want you to come to visit me. You know, the Christmas or Easter is coming up. So I want you this upcoming Easter to come here, because at that particular time, we'll also have baptism for my child. And on Easter time, we have this and this and this. I want you to come here at least for 2 weeks to spend time with us. During that time also will be graduation. So you can explain whatever. So just come here. Don't worry where you are going to stay. You will stay at my place and I will take you around, blah, 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 blah. I know that is the time. Maybe you are a student there or you are working. You can take your leave for 2 weeks. That will be okay. So that is just a normal friend conversation. So you send that one and you send the official one. But also I have to send, if I said I'm a green card holder, I have to send my green card photocopy. I have to scan or send the documents for my passport if I say I'm a US citizen. That will be another thing to support the documents. Then, after sending those documents, that is the invitation letter. You will use those letters along with the visa form application. The visa application form is the non-immigrant visa. I usually say there is immigrant visa and non-immigrant. So because you are coming to visit is a non-immigrant visa. BS 160. So you go to fill the visa form. After filling the visa form, then the other question is, how important is this invitation letter? By having invitation letter, will it help you to get the visa? In my opinion, no. It's just, yes, it's a good, it will help you to help you in few things. It will help you to say that to reduce the cost that I have a place to stay. That will be the biggest one. But it comes down to you, the person who is invited. Because if you are going to apply non-immigrant visa is the short-term visa which you ask to the consular officer, I want to go to the United States with no intention of becoming an immigrant, with no intention of disappearing and becoming an immigrant in America. That's what is called a non-immigrant. Staying for the specified period of time, then I'll be coming back to my home country. So for that particular case, you have to have, obviously, you who is invited, prove to the consular officer that I'm not going to be disappearing there. After finishing these 2 weeks, I'll be coming to my home country. And to prove to the consular officer is by showing you what attachments do you have with your country. Meaning, what do you do for living? What assets do you have? Things which will be able forcing you to come back. So, for instance, someone who is 60 years old, obviously they are not going to believe that you are going to disappear in America. Obviously, you have already retired, you have grandchildren, you have blah, 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 blah. You cannot survive this life. They know that. But let's say you are 25 years old. They want to see, what job do you do? What assets do you have? A farm? Do you have a family? Do you have, are you married? Do you have kids? Do you have this? Do you have this? They want to see a little bit of things which will be making you coming back. Don't say, you know, I love my country so much, I'm very patriotic. They don't care about how much words you say, but they want to see what actual things will be able to attract you to go back to your home country. But if you, let's say, you know, I just graduated for my high school, my bachelor degree, so I'm just chilling, waiting for a job, and you're going to apply, you don't have a job, you don't have anything. Obviously, they know for sure you come here, it is easier to go to work to Amazon and you get $15 per hour, or go to work somewhere, you get $12 per hour. They know for sure it is easier for you to disappear. So it comes down to you to show that you'll be able to stay here for that particular specified time and to go back to your home country once your time is up. So with the pandemic, this is something very important. Nowadays, not all visas, the timeline to get the visa is going to be extended because there is so much big backlog. That's number one. Number two, you must have a very good reason, not just a reason I'm just going to the birthday party, whatever. What is the bit of the pandemic? So it has to be a little bit strong reason. That's number two. Number three, you need to know that if you get the visa, just in case you get the visa, you have to be vaccinated to come to America. Nobody is allowed to come to America without being vaccinated, unless otherwise you have medical proof why you cannot be able to be vaccinated. So those are the most important things you need to know about invitation letter to the United States. So don't pressure too much a person to write you invitation letter. It has a very little weight. It all comes down to you. What assets do you have? How reliable are you for you to convince the consular officer that I'm going there and I'm coming back to my home country? Because if you are not that reliable, they are not going to give you that visa. It's not about who is going to invite you. Bill Gates can invite you and you'll be denied the visa because you are not reliable according to the documents they see or assets they see. You are not convincing them that you'll go back to your home country. They see that you are threatened, you might be able to disappear here in the United States.